So this is the new Dualist fight. This is in the Endless Tower. This is the setup. This is on Pictos. So it's going to be Cial, Lune, and Mael. So they're all at 99. Uh, I've already farmed up quite a bit of Lumina. So this requires a full build here. The Cial, she's at 482 Lumina. She's using the Lithuson, whatever that is, the Lithuson. The reason is you see that level 20, it's got 3 AP on applying a buff or a debuff. We're going to be applying buffs and debuffs, and that extra AP, we're going to use that for her free aim shots. She's actually not going to deal any major damage in this. We're going to use her for free aiming and building gradient. And these Pictos are set up specifically to, some of them are not even that useful, but they're set up for timing because we want a certain order in the battle. So we want the battle to go Mael, then Cial. I'm sorry, Mael, then Lune, then Cial. So we need their, so it's set up so that the speed will do that, right? We look at the speed, Mael's got the most at 2685. Lune, no, she doesn't have the most. Why is she going first? That's weird. Well, it's working. I'm not going to fuck with it. But they're set up like this. Combo attack 2, energizing attack, and sweet kill is what she's got. If we go and we look at her Lumina, we're going to see some of these you probably haven't seen before because they're from the DLC. So you want to actually go and get the DLC done from the new Versus Rats DLC is where most of these new Pictos come from. And I had to go farm up some other ones, like I was missing certain things. We're just trying to reduce the AP here. It's quite a bit, but also 30. Auto death, you know how that works, right? You die and then you come back and it gives you buffs. Auto rush. This is one that I had to go farm up. I didn't have it. I found out about it. But it's nice. You get 2 AP on applying a status effect. So it's kind of like that other one. So if you apply burn or mark, you get one time you get 2 AP. So that's going to be very useful. This only one character needs to have this. Apply 3 burn to all enemies on death. It doesn't seem like that burn will. It doesn't seem like that burn will be affected. Actually, let me check. I don't know. Maybe did I put that on anybody? Yeah, burning death. Yeah, but it still only hits. It still only hits once, right? Like it. I don't know why. It feels like I should get 3 stacks of 3, but the characters, they all die at the beginning of the battle, and there's only 3 stacks of burn. So you don't have to have this on all your characters. I've got it on Cial and Mael. I could take it off of one of them. So you could save 5 AP there. Burning shots definitely have to have this. It's because you're using these free aim, and you need to build your burn up for Mael. So yeah, so you're going to use that. The other thing that Cial's doing is building gradient, right? So when she applies a buff, you get 10% of gradient. She's going to apply a buff to Mael and Fortune's Fury, so that's 10% of a gradient charge. We need to build to 3 gradient in the beginning. The rest of these, I'm not going to go over all of them. Those are the basic ones. I'll scroll down so you can see everyone. This is a new one that comes out of this 10 times. We're definitely going to shoot 10 times, and anything that lets you keep shooting is good for this build. We have another Pictos in here. I don't remember what it's called, but it gives you 20% chance of giving an AP on a free aim. So that keeps you from burning down your free aims too fast, right? So, uh, yeah, right there, energizing shots, 20% chance to gain 1 AP on a free aim. We also want burning shots. Uh, 20% chance to gain burn on a free aim shot. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to build gradient, trying to keep shooting, and we're trying to build the burn up. So that's that is Mael. Lune is using a new toy here called the SKM. This comes from the Verso's drafts. There's a boss in there that you get this from. This is actually really cool. I think she's now like the new peak damage dealer with this tool. So basically, the element itself is dark. Um, uh, the level 4 that we're not really using that. I suppose there's probably cases where that could be useful. The level 10 is what we want, right? So we want to turn all stains into dark stains. And then in the level 20, you get, with 4 active dark stains, any skill consume to deal them 300% damage. So you get a 3x multiplier if you're using 4 dark stains. Now this takes away Elemental Genesis, but it doesn't take away Lightning Dance. So, because Elemental Genesis, you need 1 of each stain. But Lightning Dance has always been really powerful for her anyway, and we've got some other things in here that are going to boost that up even higher. So that's what's going on with her. I've got her set with 526 Pictos. I'm basically building all my characters up to 660 Pictos, is why I'm farming this. So, Lune, Mael's on her way. Lune is there. Or is it Versa? I can't remember who I gave the last round to. It's probably Mael. Or CL, right? They're all, but Lune isn't using all the Pictos. For this build, you just need the 526. Once again, these are set up to give you the speed options. This, I'm not even using this at all, but that's why we have those in there. And the big things with her, she's got a lot more in here. She does need all of these at death's door to to boost up her damage, because her and Mael are going to be the damage dealers in this fight. So you've got all of the stuff that you probably were using before: glass cannon, teamwork, warming up, all this kind of stuff in Medea's Raid to give shields and your shield affinity, all that stuff. What you haven't seen before are Feint, Frenzy. So Feint, it says start each turn with 4 Barda Papa, whatever that word is actually means. All it means is it's a debuff, and you only do 1 damage while you have this debuff on. But so you start with 4, which means your next 4 hits are all going to be 1. It says here that every 5th hit with a skill deals 600 more damage. That's actually misleading. It's every hit after 4 deals 600% more damage. So that's where this really comes into play, right? It's a huge buff. If you've got skills that you do 7, 8, 9 hits, things like that, this is going to be really good. Anything like, for instance, if you were trying to do Mael's old one-shot build, you could not put this on her. She's only going to do 1 damage, right? Like you've got to be doing multiple hits, and you've got to be stacked up to do quite a bit of damage with them. The other one is Frenzy, so that each successive skill hit deals 10% more damage. So that's going to build up even more with successive hits. So those 2 things are going to build. I don't know if that's cumulative or if it's just an additional 10%. I suspect it's cumulative based on the damage. But yeah, I did have to go farm this up. This is on turn start, consume 3 gradient charges, if able to deal 200% more damage. So that's why this build is, I'm building her up to, I need 3 gradient charges, and then at the beginning of the fight, at the beginning of her turn, her second round, she's going to do 3 gradient charges. You need rush and powerful. You need greater rush. You need all these things because you want to do a bunch of attacks in the beginning. So the boss can't deal with you. It's a 2-phase boss. But so, if there anything else in here that's needs explaining, I don't think so. I think I don't know why that's on there. That could probably go away. No, I'm not going to change anything at this point. Mael is also using a new toy from Verso's Draft called the SKM. So I forget what was called that the Malium, right? I think. Uh, uh, no, yeah, this was the one we were using, right? Start in virtuous stance, right? Or that's what we were using before, I think. What I was using before, I don't know about you. For this one's pretty cool. We can get to virtuous stance using last chance. And then see that on turn start, consume each AP above 4 to gain 50% more damage per AP consumed. So you're gonna buff yourself up, right? So if you've got 9 AP at the turn start, you're going to get that. So we're not trying to do. We're going to use burning canvas with her, right? That's mostly because we're gonna put as much burn as we can on the boss, and then there's that it's the extra burn is going to deal more damage with her Pictos. But yeah, so basically that level 4 ability is what we're looking for. That's the big bonus here. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, Lune needs to be at 100% crit rate, so she has just enough luck to get to 100% crit rate, and then the rest is in might. So that's how I built that. It might work if it's all in luck, but I don't think it's needed. So I think might gives us a little more damage. Not that probably needed for this fight. Mael's Pictos. She doesn't really need accelerating last stand. I don't know why that's in there either. I must have just left it in. She needs the ones that boost up with burn damage. She's also going to put some gradient stuff in here. She probably doesn't need gradient parry either, because we're not doing parrying in this. 25% increased damage with gradient attack. Probably doesn't need that either. It's probably a holdover from another fight I did. Do want her to put. We do want her to. Our CL's putting in defenseless, so not CL. Luna's going to put in defenseless. So anyway, she's got frenzy as well, and faint. So those are both in there. Let's see. I think that's it for her. Hers is more of a traditional build. It doesn't require as many Pictos as she has. So Lune needs 511. CL needs 480 or something like that. But Mael can get away with somewhere in the 300s. So anyway, now this fight can fail. It's not 100%. You can get a bad hit, in which case I just restart. They put a restart in the deal as part of their. But I'm going to go fight the Dualiste, and then we have these things have to kind of go in order there. So you see CL dying and resurrecting. Mael and Lune also died, but they used Survivor, so they didn't so die. That might be why the burn is not applied. That's interesting. Maybe that's why the burn doesn't apply to them. But I don't want them to be full health, so anyway. So I got to start with Last Chance. Now Last Chance takes 0, so it's not going to burn any of hers, but it's going to. You can see I've got her with 9 shields. Going to help her damage later. So now she's in Virtual Stance with 9 AP. Lune here. I'm going to start with Elemental Trick. And, you know, it's just going to hit for 1 damage because of that quick dose that I have. But we're going to get we're just going to go that far. Now we're going to keep it. And that's also going to put slow on the to get some more turns. But it also turns her chains stuff. So with the Obscur, what we want to do is you have my that looks good, but really, like, it's possible to get bad RNG. So I'm going to now use my turn to put Fortune's Fury on Mael. You'll notice Mael doesn't have Cheater on. If you go and look at him, you don't want her to have complaints. But anyway, I shot him again. That pumped me up to 3 gradient targets. So now I'm good. I can either leave Mark on, or I can try to apply more burn. I'm probably going to try to apply more burn. I tend to stop if I get Mark up. I need 4 charges so I can do her next buff. So this is where I'm going to stop. I've got 18 burn, and I've got Mark. So I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm just going to use Intervention to give Mael a turn. So sometimes Mael doesn't do enough damage to see. That's not a very good fail once you start. Most of the time she does. You get so many good buttons that have failed, one every 6 so.
Void, take everything.
That did that. That's damage. It did 78 damage. Now you could skip this cutscene. Actually, I won't skip it. But they're not going to. As Luna's sitting here with lightning damage, or dark skin. You notice now my gradient charges are 0. That doubled her. Either doubled or tripled it, which is one of the reasons why it's very important. I found that out the hard way. If you were almost there, and then like, oh well, I'll just do it. Anyway.
Lightning darts.
And then the perfect from status are nice. So that lets you not be so like stingy